Welcome to the second episode of the Jordan Shoe Vault. We're so glad that you're with us and checking out this video. We were just blown away by the response we received from our first video. My son and I started this project as a fun thing to do together, and we were just excited to see everybody watching and having a good time. So thank you so much for watching that first video. If you haven't seen it, make sure you click around and check it out. I think you'll like it. Hey, and as always, on this video, make sure you give us a thumbs up. Also, if you haven't already, subscribe, hit that little subscribe button, and leave a comment down below. We had some great comments on here and some other social media outlets concerning our last video. And a lot of you noticed that I was wearing a Dallas Cowboys shirt. I didn't even realize that's the shirt I was wearing. So tonight, I have my Jordan, Air Jordan shirt on, ready to go for the Jordan Shoe Vault. The joke I have with my family is that I have an endorsement deal with Jordan Brand, but it's a backwards endorsement deal. I pay them to wear all these clothes and to get all these shoes. So hey, Jumpman23, if you're listening, watching this video, I'm open to any kind of deals. Just contact me, leave a comment or send an email to jordanshoevault@gmail.com and we'll respond. I have a great shoe that I want to talk about with you on this episode. Something I'm really excited about, one of my favorite ones, and that's the Air Jordan 12. The Air Jordan 12. I happen to have on my left here a couple of originals of the Air Jordan 12 that I bought back in 1996. That's when it was originally released, in November of 1996, originally priced at $135. And if you look at the boxes, this one says $135 and this was a later one, it says $140. They were both designed by Tinker Hatfield, and it's an amazing, amazing shoe. So how about we take a look? First one we're gonna look at, now remember these are my original ones that I've had since 1996. This is called the Taxi colorway. It was the first colorway to be released of the Air Jordan 12. It's one of the most popular Air Jordans out there today. A lot of people like it a lot. Like I said, it's designed by Tinker Hatfield. Now here's something that you may not know about the Air Jordan 12. He had some very strange inspirations when he came up with the Air Jordan 12. Number one was the Japanese flag. You can kind of see the rising sun on each side of the leather here on the leather of the shoes. And also the inspiration came from a 19th century women's fashion boot. Yes, those are the two inspirations that Tinker took. And it was very simple, very clean, as you can see from this original colorway. Some nice lace loops here, golden, and they have the Jumpman logos on them. A cool heel tab that goes all the way down the back of the shoe, which is very popular. It says quality inspired by the greatest player ever. So we have Jumpman logo on the tongue, and it says two, the word two, and the number 3 on the tongue down the top. Now, it's got this like faux reptile kind of skin on the sides, and it comes up on the sides like a guard on each side. Really, really neat thing on the Air Jordan 12. This was also the very first Air Jordan to feature an ultra responsive Zoom Air unit, as well as a lot of other technical things that happened inside the shoe. It was one of the greatest and best, most durable, I should say, basketball shoes of the time. And it was really popular with the fans and basketball players alike. Michael Jordan wore this colorway during most of the regular season. He also wore there's other colorways in the series, and you can see another one here. I have another original color here that he wore during the playoffs. It was a black and white colorway. You can still see the great craftsmanship and the inspiration that he took on both of these. Now originally this Air Jordan shoe was released in 5 colorways when it first came out in 1996 and early 1997. But I want to talk about one other game that Michael Jordan, one other popular iteration of the shoe, and I happen to have it in a retro version. And you may ask yourself, why in the world are you talking about the Air Jordan 12? Well, in the month of June, there's lots of dates that are popular with Michael Jordan and the Air Jordan 9, because that's typically when the NBA Finals are occurring. And so there was one game in particular that's known as the Flu game, and its anniversary is June 11th, 1997. This was a game that many of you have seen pictures and seen highlights from, where Michael Jordan fell ill. It's game 5 against the Utah Jazz, and He was ill all night the night before the game. He comes into the arena the next day to play, had a temperature all night, all these different things. Comes into the game next day, scores 38 points, 7 rebounds, 5 assists, 3 steals, 1 block, including a clutch three-pointer that put Chicago ahead for good with 25 seconds left to play in the game. Now the shoes that Michael Jordan wore during that game became known as the flu game shoes, even though now later dates people have studied the game and studied what sickness Michael had, and it was probably food poisoning, not actually the flu. But here are the shoes, and I happen to have a retro pair here right now. They're known for the collectors as the flu game shoes. They're black colorway with the red on the sides, and this was a retro colorway that Jordan Brand put out for $190, and this is a very, very popular colorway with collectors today. They call them the Flu Game 12s. Now, one other thing that you should know, the original Flu Game shoes that Michael Jordan wore in that game against the Utah Jazz sold in 2000 and I believe 13. They sold for over $100,000, I think $104,000, the actual game-worn shoes. It was the highest auction for a pair of sports memorabilia at the time. What else is popular about the Air Jordan 12, and this shoe in particular, the Flu Game? Well, the Air Jordan 12 line in particular, it's the first shoe that Jordan put out under his own brand, the Jordan brand, which was separate from Nike. First shoe, the Air Jordan 12 that came out under the Jordan brand, separate from Nike. And what's also another interesting tidbit about this shoe is it was the first Jordan shoe to have no visible or inside or outside a Nike swoosh. First shoe to not have a Nike swoosh on it. Numbers 1 through 6 had it on the inside or the outside somewhere, and then 7 through 11 had them on the insole. They have the Nike swoosh. It's the first Jordan shoe to not have the Nike swoosh anywhere on the shoe at all. So Air Jordan 12, a very popular shoe. In particular, June 11th is a popular date with Jordan fans. It's known as the Flu Game, and these are the Flu Game shoes. Jordan Brand has retroed them. I think the latest was 2016 when these came out, and you can probably pick up some of these still at resellers throughout the internet. But it's a great shoe, a very popular shoe for basketball players. It's not as light as previous Air Jordan shoes, but nonetheless, it's been very popular with basketball players. It was known as being very durable. And I can remember with my original shoes that you see over here that I showed you originally, these shoes right here, I wore, last thing I'm gonna tell you about these shoes, these are the shoes that I wore to my reception when I got married in 1997. I wore these shoes to the reception. My wife would not let me wear them in the wedding ceremony, but she said I could change into Jordans for the reception, and these are the shoes that she let me wear at the reception. So I changed and put my dress shoes, put my Jordans on with my tux, and went into the reception and had a lot of fun wearing the Air Jordan 12. So this is a very special shoe to me. It was this very shoe right here that I wore to my wedding reception. So very special shoe. Love the Air Jordan 12. I think it's a great shoe, and hopefully you have it in your collection as well. Again, thanks for watching this episode. Thank you. My son and I are having a lot of fun putting this together. It's a project that we love doing together. We think it's a lot of fun. We thank you for watching. Again, if you like it, please give us a thumbs up on the video. Subscribe to the channel and you can get updates when we make new videos. Put a comment down below. Let us know that you're liking, that you're watching it. But thanks for watching it. And until next time, we'll see you back here at the Jordan Shoe Vault.